I like that one. Yeah. You are listening to the Lost Minds. You say that sounds better. You are listening to the Lost Minds podcast.
Let's get this session started with deep breathing exercise. And by deep breathing exercise, I mean, see on that side.
Hello. What are you doing?
Nothing. What are we doing?
Just making a podcast. Bet you cool.
Honestly, that's all I really know about the song.
How's it go? Sing it out loud for everyone to hear.
It's Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and then about that part is where I fall asleep, because baseball's boring as fuck.
No, it's not.
We'll start it over. Welcome to the Lost Minds podcast, and Admiral will start off by singing his favorite baseball song.
Go now.
Yo, welcome to the...
What was it?
What?
Take...
I don't know it, dude. I usually fall asleep by the end of those 3 words.
On me.
Well,
Take on me.
Take me out to the baseball game.
That is a new one.
Sure.
Sure, whatever
Let's
you want,
fucking
bro.
use
Stick it in your pocket and go home.
Go on now. Tell your mother.
Go on now, get. We got Brick over
there
here
you go.
twisting knobs.
Just in case it sounded a little intense, if it was loud or not, I didn't know.
He's practicing his DJ skills.
Well, you started talking about baseball, and honestly, just like Admir said, dude, I'm on Admir's side. I just started like.
Well, let me
dozing
tell you
off.
what's going to happen this
Yeah, it
season.
automatically makes you fall
I feel
asleep.
like the Dodgers are going to have a real good shot with Kershaw on the mound.
Kershaw?
Yeah.
Isn't he like a Russian guy?
No, Kershaw. He's they nicknamed him
Kershaw.
fucking Sunshine.
Why? Because he's always looking into the sun?
No, he just looks like a sunshine, man. He's good. It's going to be
My
a good
girlfriend's
season.
nickname, Sunshine.
She doesn't have a nickname.
T-Pain?
T-Pain. Because, I guess we talked about the freaking Dodgers last time, but like freaking, that's all I like going to watch them. But as far as that goes for baseball, it's like what I would rather have done is going to watch the Jazz, floor seats, freaking next to the team. Speaking of, anyways,
It was fun, dude. It was cool. We got to sit next to Gordon Hayward.
splash row?
We were in the we're baseline. It was so cool, dude. Like, we were sitting right next to the team.
Dang, did they stink?
No, surprisingly not. They all had fresh socks.
Damn.
It was
Was
really
it the night all the pros were there?
It was
Like
the night
Stockton
that the
and shit?
97,
Reunion?
98 Jazz reunited.
Oh, everybody remembers that night,
man.
where they were that night or whatever.
Well, oh, yeah. Me and Erica were walking through the halls underneath the arena or whatever, and we saw John Stockton walking by. He was with his fucking escort. We're like, hey, what's up? We already felt out of place, so we weren't even going to ask him for autographs or nothing. But we're like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, guys, how you doing? We're like, good.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like, he was scurrying, dude. He was like on his way out.
Was he with the escort like a big buff person or like a
No,
hot
it was
chick?
like an old dude, and I was so
I thought
surprised.
you
I was
meant
like,
like
dude, I
escort,
could
like
take
that
that
kind of
old.
escort.
I could just fucking
Little do you know,
roundhouse
he's an
him,
assassin.
and then just be like, give me your wallet. But you know,
Isn't he? He's big though already though, isn't he?
no,
Really?
he was the point guard. You know,
I feel like he was.
he'd
still be tall.
they write him in at 6 foot, but he's like 5'12", 5'11",
Did the
and
Jazz
a
even
half.
win that? Did the
5'12",
Jazz win
huh?
that game?
Yeah, they won it, 109 to 101, I think.
Damn, think about that. You could be sitting there and freaking.
5'11" in
I think he was-
3/4.
He was 5'12", probably.
I don't know.
You mean 6 foot?
They're pushing it.
He was 5'12".
It was pretty fun though. It was a lot of fun.
paid for,
We had dinner next to Brian Russell. Like, he
Really?
was right there at the next table, dude. He's gotten so fat. It was so
Really?
funny. Yeah.
Did you tell him he was fat?
No, like I said, we were out of place, so we were just like, let's just keep our heads down so we don't get kicked out.
Those tickets are like what, $1,200?
$12.35 each.
Damn, and you paid that?
Fuck no.
How'd you get in?
Just, you gotta know people, dude.
Dude, you're a gangster.
I know. Mic drop.
Mic drop. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, it was so sick. I got pictures. You can look it up at Go Fuck Yourself because
No one's gonna.
it was experience, dude.
That's good,
It was
dude.
awesome.
Did you
That's
get
good.
pictures?
Yeah.
I should have watched.
What?
I didn't see any, but I didn't look online or nothing. I guess.
Oh, I didn't post them.
Oh, keep
Not yet, at least.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I will.
Simultaneous swig.
Yeah,
It was a
everyone's just
unison
drinking.
swig right there. Everyone was like, takes a drink.
When was this?
Thursday.
Oh,
They played against the Knicks. Melo was there. It was cool to see them all, dude. It was fun.
I don't know that.
And I like the Lakers. Go Lakers. Suck it, Jazz.
Get the
shit,
Lakers.
Thursday.
I think that'd be really fun. The last time I went to a Jazz game was that time I came back when I was living in California. We came back and
Oh, yeah.
fucking was that weekend in Salt Lake. We just got those scalping tickets and shit.
Up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, when he's like, the guy was like $40 or something, and I was like, fucking, or we were like 20, and the guy's like, no, I'm like, there's like 8 of us. All right, fucking, all of us get tickets because you went there, didn't you?
Where?
To the Jazz game?
No.
Because I know it was like you. I thought it was you.
It was
like
Willie,
Brian, Willie,
Justin.
Marcus, Justin.
I fell asleep at sporting events, dude. Like, my brain
we filled up
just...
the whole van. I think Bryce even maybe was
Ow.
there because Willie took out the squad, freaking the ultimate squad vehicle.
Dude, and you know what's funny? When we were having dinner, they have it on the 6th floor, so it's up where the nosebleeds are, and they have windows, so you could look down on the arena. But there's also seats right in front of the windows, so you could see like the people who have the nosebleeds just walking by and looking in there. They're watching you eat, and they're just like, "Oh shit, that's Brian Russell."
Dude, I've like walked. I've been in those areas,
Yeah,
like
dude.
coming up there.
He's
and,
been
like,
one of
seeing
those
them and
guys.
shit. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been one of them kids, dude.
Yep.
So I'd get
So
there
I
out early
felt
and
bad.
shit.
I'm like, I know how you feel, but you know what? I got lucky, so suck it.
Dude, yeah, one time I ran, like, I remember going to a jazz game and ran down, all the way down to hurry and get to the thing at the end. So when they're all coming through, and I just wanted to, like, get autograph or touch them. Like, dude, touch my hand, you know? Fucking every one of them just, like, none of them even fucking looked over. They're just like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, you know? I was just like, motherfuckers.
Bunch of
they don't-
assholes,
they don't
dude.
Crushing a little
dude.
kid's heart. But, I mean, yeah, when you're probably like, I think they'll, like, probably end up losing, but. I
Poor
don't know.
sports?
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like sometimes, I mean, I think, well, I keep bumping this damn table. I feel like
Yeah, you do.
I would be excited. I don't know if people were like, hey, man. I'd be like, hey. But then again, it'd probably be weird, you know, because you don't, like, really know them and you're just, like, in the middle of things, but you come off a loss, you're like, all these crazy emotions. You're like, what is going on? And you're like, who are you little rat? Get out of my face, you know? I got to go
Be
deal
like,
with my little
"Fucking
kids. But I
man
got to
up,
deal with you in a minute,
bitch."
you know, or whatever. And you just catch them at that time, you know?
Dude, just because he's a loser doesn't mean he has to make everyone else around him a loser. That's the way I see it.
They don't give a fuck.
Even if a little kid likes
Good
you,
point.
dude.
Dude, we had exclusive parking too. It's in this underground parking at the Salt Palace or whatever. There's Maseratis and shit in there, Ferraris. I was just like, these fucks. I'm parking my Subaru in there. It was pretty cool though.
Nice. That's pretty cool. What day was that, did you say?
Thursday night,
Thursday night.
open bar, dude.
The Thursday night.
I was buzzing for sure.
What'd you
Open
do?
bar free?
Yeah.
What?
Open bar dinner. They had sirloin steaks, lobster, fucking crab legs.
Oh, that's probably why it's open
just
bar.
like a buffet.
Because they serve the food. Because that's like strict. Because that's one thing too. Like like even at a wedding and stuff, just even get like bars and stuff. Especially in the state of Utah, you're gonna look at spending like $5 to $10 grand. It's like whoa.
And
Just for the licensing for that short period of time, that temporary rental.
on the way down, the lady's like, well, you can only have 2 drinks that you can take down with you. And I was like, only 2 drinks? All right. I guess I'll just take my 2 drinks. I was like, fuck yeah. Free drinks? Hell yeah.
Shit.
It was so nice, dude.
2 free drinks.
Did you just like take like
It's like $10.
an ale bottle and fill it up with
No,
whiskey?
they were cups, plastic
Oh.
cups. They don't like you take the glass down there.
Yeah, people throw that shit on the fucking court. They even stopped doing soda lids for. I think do they still do them? They used to stop doing like because they'd frisbee them out there and shit onto the court and shit like that. They do them all over the place, but actually, like Utah's got like they got like enthusiastic crowds. Like crowds in Utah are always rowdy at concerts, at like especially sporting events, especially jazz games. People really don't like playing in Utah. They think it like especially if they're ex players and they come back like so like Fisher and them. They're like it fucking sucks coming back to.
Yeah.
'Cause everyone's like traitor, you know, and like everyone will be in unison.
Traitor.
And everyone's like, oh, so happy and like team effort. So someone's like traitor, traitor, the whole thing's traitor. I was like, we all want to participate, you know? I was like,
Mob mentality.
yeah.
Who are we
That's
calling
really-
traitor? Fuck it. Traitor.
And
I've done it before. It's fucking fun.
Young trader. Do you want a pitcher, not a Bill Hitcher? Oh, right back to baseball.
That was a quick turn.
It's good though. I mean, you know, bringing it full circle. You know, like
I
the
think-
Earth.
I
I don't want to get back to this.
What? Did you say flat Earth?
No, round Earth.
Shit. All right, here we go, boys. But no, I was gonna say I think it's because in Utah everybody's got like a bunch of pent up rage. Because like you've got to be nice all the time, and then it's like you go to a game and someone's like traitor. You're like, dude, did the guy sitting next to me just say that? Then all of a sudden it blows up out of you, and then it's like a chain
Really?
reaction.
He said, waiter.
Yeah.
Over here, waiter. He said, traitor. He said, traitor. Ah! Fucking pitchforks out of
Boom! It
nowhere.
explodes from you.
Sir, how did you get that in here? Sir. It's
I'm
made
gonna
out of
need you to give me
straws.
that.
It's my pitchfork, I swear.
I brought it. But that's the only fun thing about it's like NASCAR, dude. You're like waiting for a wreck, just waiting for someone to start
left turn,
something.
left turn, left turn, left turn. You're like, oh my god.
Did you know they don't turn on NASCAR?
Yeah, like the hills like angled, and then the way that it is,
The whole
they're
track's angled to a point where you're driving straight the entire time.
Like, yeah, you're
So that
just
means the
racing.
Earth is round, or else that would be impossible, dude.
No, the Earth is flat. That's why that's possible.
We've been looking at other conspiracies. We always got. I guess we talk about conspiracies a lot, which is.
Which
It's
is
just,
good.
it's just the idea of funny. It's just like I don't know. It's crazy. We were like actually watching some about the Denver airport.
Ooh, that is a good
It's
conspiracy.
an interesting one, huh?
Yeah.
Because we might be going there because we're planning on going on a trip to Denver and like
Just
at the
drive
end of
there. Why
May.
would you
That's
fly,
what- We're
dude?
driving there, and so but we're gonna drop off a friend who's gonna be at the Denver airport. They want us to anyways. Like 30 minutes outside of Denver. You know, all that stuff is far away from all that. And you're like, what the hell? And then we started watching documentaries.
It is a creepy
It's
place.
just weird, huh?
It is.
It's just weird the way that it's set up. You're like,
All the murals and the floor tiles, how they're aligned. Like I know I think it was like on a 99% Invisible, where they talk about how they make airports so your subconscious guides you to where you need to go. So the way they like laid out the tiles and stuff, it makes it kind of like a road that
Oh,
you're
yeah,
following.
I can see that.
Like food courts are a certain color, you know, different gates are a certain color. So when you're like sitting there walking and you're looking at the ground, because most people are usually looking at the ground, tiles are colored differently, and they're colored with like there's
they have like stripes too.
yeah, stripes and arrows, so it looks like you don't really see it, but there's actually like millions of little arrows guiding you towards where you need to go. Most people don't even see it, but that airport is definitely creepy, especially the fact that like there's a huge underground silo to it that nobody knows what it's for.
Yeah, all this stuff, all that,
Oh, you
so
know what
much
it's
amounts
for.
of dirt. Like they have, it's all these tunnels for like railways and stuff for the future. But it's like there's like just so much more.
Yeah,
But the weird part to me is like even some of the stuff is weird, like all the murals and those things. But they're weird normally. So like even if like it wasn't a conspiracy, you're like, oh wow, that makes sense. It's conspiracy weird. But like if it's just normal weird, like they just decide to make it for what they say it is, you know? I'm like, that's weird anyways. It's just weird to me, like the mural art, the way it's set up, the way that they have like all that Freemasonry stuff and like the, you know, all those like the plaques and the stupid tile things with the gold, silver all over in different things, you know, and certain picked out ones. Because like even a guy, I think it was on like some Watch Mojo or no, it was oh god damn BuzzFeed, fucking BuzzFeed.
They got you.
Copiers. But they were watching, or they went out there and they did it. And because like even with everything, he's like, it's just regardless of it, you know, it's just weird in itself. Like just like saying if like, oh, that's normal. It's like, that's not normal.
Maybe like, you know how I don't know if you released that podcast where we were talking about the underground cities in Salt Lake with like all the fancy ass cars the Mormons own, like the Ferraris and shit.
That was when we were in Bountiful.
Was it in Bountiful? I thought you said it was in Salt Lake. There's like tunnels connecting
that's
everything.
in there, but that we recorded that in Bountiful, so that was back when that'd be on. Because I don't think I have that.
all that stuff's
recording.
erased, huh?
Yeah, so you should tell it again.
I don't remember it because you're the one who talked about it. How you were down in the tunnels of Salt Lake, like underneath the temple and shit, and there's like secret passages and elevators, and then there's a huge
Yeah,
garage.
No, the entire like block. So like it would be under what would be the temple, the church office building, and then across the street, which are mostly condos and like business areas, but they're meant for like the apostles, certain people, or whatever, those type of things. and like the whole little area, even everything. Oh, there's all the tunnels, and because my electrical teacher for my second year, he was the electrician that would go fix all this stuff. They would even go up to they have a vault up in like Big Cottonwood or Little Cottonwood Canyon that they store all their records and all their documents and good portion of their money and shit. And it's like it's in the mountainside. Like it's in there. It's a cave. It's a vault. And
like a doomsday vault.
Straight up, yeah. He says he's like it's so hard to even get in there. Like so when we finally get all the way in there, just like it takes so long. Like for how the distance it goes, like through all the different things they have to go through. Different doors and stuff.
All to change one light bulb.
Yeah, just get down there. But even when they're in the temple and they're driving around, yeah.
There you go.
It's
Go
funny.
outside now.
Because the kid in our class was like, I don't get it. He's like, the temple's like God's house, right? And he's like, why do you got to change the light bulbs? He's like, don't they just work? It's like, always giving him like crap. But like, they would drive their little golf carts. He's like, it's actually really easy for like setting up the lights and stuff because they would just drive their little golf carts underneath. So every single thing is kind of in a grid section, same to the streets. Mm-hmm. And so the blocks and everything underneath, and they just drive right up to it, and right on pretty much would be the ceiling is the plug. And it's just on these like little type of things, and they just bend them down, and then they can just access it right underneath, shove it back up, and just drive down the tunnel. And so even like when you go into like some of the bigger ones, even in City Creek is it's like kind of almost goes out to there. So you can go into a part of City Creek if you keep going down and down. That you'll go to an area where it's fenced off and stuff, and you'll see further down into it, and they have like even parked areas where people can park their nicer like set up cars and stuff like that for like some of the buildings that are there, and then for whatever else. But it's because
fucking Mormons, dude.
Well, even with this new law, because I was literally looking at a poll that the Salt Lake Tribune did about the new Utah drinking license, or whatever, how it's lowering down or whatever. It was like most of the people opposed it, so it was like, I don't even know, 30%. It was like kind of even, so like it was like 30% somewhat disapproved or strongly disapproved, 20% like somewhat disapproved, and then it was like kind of the same. It was a little bit less because there was a little bit of other, but for the most part, most Utahns didn't want it, for the most how it was. But then the ones that were strongly against it, majority of them all were LDS. It was an LDS, of course, and so that had like still like a majority of the ties, almost 50% of the push for what that would be for it to not be into what to be. And so it's like there's that much influence, and so even on top of like with all the crazy ass shit, it's like stepping into the government, there's like the influence with all that, and then it's like right back out.
You know why I think they're pushing the alcohol down?
Wasn't it nationwide, or they were thinking in Utah was like talking about doing it first?
What? Dropping the alcohol limit?
Yeah, the alcohol limit for driving. Because they have I thought an app now where you text a cop and they come fucking get you or something.
What?
Yeah,
why
dude,
would
I
you
seen
ever?
A fucking video like that.
I've just robbed a bank. Can you come pick me up?
No, for drinking and
Had a
driving.
beer.
If you text them, hey, I'm drunk, I don't want to drive, they'll give you a ride.
That's a waste.
Yeah, they'll give you a
Actually,
fucking
they're
ride
like,
right to
dude.
jail.
Yeah, they're like, all right,
Keep pushing you until you like give up some more information.
Yeah,
He's just
put
gonna
some
show
crack
up.
in your
Yeah,
pocket.
he's gonna show up. Sir, yeah, I see you sent me a complaint. No, officer, can you please quit resisting?
Yeah.
What, officer? Get on the ground! And then next thing you know, you're fucking arrested for resisting an officer and probably tasered.
Yep.
He kept insisting that my name was Officer Dick, and it was insulting to me.
So I had to shoot him, put him down.
I showed his dog too. So-
But, dude, when you were talking about the freaking tunnels, all I could think about was, like, if there was a zombie apocalypse, that'd be one creepy place to fucking be. Like, walking through these giant tunnels with flickering lights.
That's what I was talking about. That'd be dope to do something like that for like the game rooms, the locker rooms, where they do that. But it's like not like a scare. It's kind of like a haunted house, I guess. But like the scare room for like the mystery. So it'd be like Silent Hill or like Resident Evil, where you show up, you have no idea what's going on. You start going, there's weird things going on. You're like, fuck, you got to figure it out. You're almost like you're living the movie.
You know why you're not allowed to do that stuff?
You have them sign a waiver.
Heart attacks.
Have them sign a waiver, dude.
Can you please sign here just in case you die in our hallway? We can keep your body in there.
Because
for
that's
good measures.
exactly how I'd market it. I'd be like, what would you be doing in that situation? Would you be running? Would you be doing those? Would you have to be fighting for your life? Do you think you could do that technically? It's like, well, that's exactly what you're going to have to simulate. Because even we went to a haunted house where they now will give you like neck bands and stuff where they make you sign a waiver and they put hands on you.
Oh gosh, that's so dumb. It's like,
Damn.
do you want the creeps to touch you or not?
Oh, they went fucking all over me.
Yeah, I know they did.
Because I'm just like small and innocent. But like,
Come here.
it is kind of weird. But like, you know, the part that it was weird for me with that haunted house is that, and I don't like, is that they're like trying so hard. It's like, it's like watching the worst actor in a movie or something. And they're just like in your face, you smell like shit. I'm like, that's just insulting. No, most of the time they're like, yeah, I'm gonna bite you, whatever, suck your blood.
I'll be like, I got something else to suck on.
Present it. It's like, it's a good bit.
Fucking challenges.
But that's like that's only one part I thought would be weird. But like, I just think it would be so cool to like live out like almost like how a video game where it goes like through Silent Hill, or even if it was like you go through a setup area like Chernobyl and you're like, it's like radiation zombies and they come after you and you're just like, fuck, paintball gun, you know, you're like running. Oh wait, they have that, huh?
Where?
Do they?
Dude, I think they do have that actually. They have
give
a
you a
zombie
paintball gun and you shoot other zombies? I think they might.
I think they might, but if not, that would be fucking dope. And I would like to do it if they do. We should definitely go do that. But yeah, they're people dressed up. They have all this stuff, you know. And they're like, and they run. So like, oh shit, and you're like, and you like hit them, you know, and like be running and shit, and like
That'd be an adrenaline rush.
Dude,
that'd be
love
so
an adrenaline
wicked.
rush.
they'd be like, they'd call me John Wick. I just have nothing but headshots. They're like, dude, you shot him. You don't need to shoot him again.
It's like,
Just make sure he's down.
you
gotta
have to sign
preserve
waivers
ammo
on
in a
shit like that.
apocalypse.
Because I've watched a bunch of like airsoft videos and shit. People playing all those. Have you seen the airsoft accidents? People go prone. Oh my god, so many people, dude. They go to like all these abandoned places.
Oh, I did see
And
those.
they'll be like falling off shit, breaking legs, and like fucking just slamming into shit, getting hit by rebars, and like not paying
I
attention.
did see
you know?
those.
So I mean, of course, you want a good course, cleaned it all up and stuff. But even like there'll be people running, and like the way like the one guy was like ran and he like tripped and slid and like snapped his ankle, and the other guys are like all helping him. It's like
I seen one where the guy he was like up at the top of a warehouse or something, and he was taking fire, and then he turns around and his friend's there too, and as his friend comes up to like help him shoot at the guys, his friend gets shot, and the way he's got to like get him back up, he's got to run over to his friend and like fake bandage him up, and then as they were retreating, his friend he went first, and as he was going down the stairs, one of the stairs were missing, like one of the rungs. And as he came down, his foot fell through it, and it was like the rung was like rusted out, so it was like broken in the middle. And his foot and his leg went through it, and as it went through it, the sides of it grabbed his leg, and it just cut his leg up. Dang. And he's just like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "Watch that stairs out! That stairs out!" And then they went all the way down, and as soon as they got to the bottom, his friend's like, "Dude, you're bleeding." And he like looked at his leg, and his leg was just gushing out blood. And
oh, rusty ass.
yeah, and he's like, "We need a medic!" And one of the dudes from the other team that was a medic had to come over and help him.
They just start pretending to bandage him.
I know.
He's like, "What are you
guy
doing?
actually
Put a
did
real
that?
bandage on." He's like,
No.
"This is all I have to do."
Dude, that'd be so funny.
Yeah, I'm a
So
level
Call of
5
Duty.
medic. I'm doing this properly.
Dude, I'd be like, thank you for the guy that actually thinks he's a medic and brought some kit. Because like, if you want,
I think they
There's
actually have actual like paramedics there that are playing as medics.
that's smart, dude. Even just now thinking about that, because even going playing paintball in the woods, that's even smart now. Just to bring someone like that, being
Bring
like,
someone
dude,
who's like
at
certified.
least a medic, yeah, or like at least bring some bandages. So if you're not certified, you can like get it well enough to get someone to
Yeah, just be like, "Pee on it, just pee on it."
What are you talking about? Someone take a shit or use a shit, wipe it in there as a paste to cover up the hole.
Admir, it's just
no.
a paper cut, dude. No, you gotta pee on it. I know you do.
Just hurry up, whip it out, pee on it.
Just pissing all over the desk and shit all over the kids in school. Fuck Amir. He's at it again.
You got a paper cut.
Got his willy out. It's like,
Fucking, I think that's a British word, isn't it? Willy,
Wanka.
wanker.
willy. Got his willy.
Fucking A, dude.
Maybe.
Conspiracies.
William.
Honestly, though, I've been listening to more of the flat Earth stuff.
Oh, no.
God.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's fucking happening.
Dude, I watched the Flight Deck or whatever, Life on Flight Deck or
Did it
whatever.
blow your mind or
It was
what?
very interesting. And the one thing that was tripping me out was all the fucking shit in space. Is it just me or is like there's like trippy shit like flipping past him and like
Yeah, those are supposed to be satellites, but they're actually just low orbit airplanes.
oh, is that what that is? It looked like shit like falling. I'm like, is that like meteors and shit falling into the planet atmosphere?
No, because satellites don't exist.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Flat Earth, dude.
It's a magnet. They're just ran by magnets. There's like a magnet underneath it.
No, but I think those are satellites, the things that are zipping by fast.
It does look almost like it. Dude,
Doesn't it look weird?
it looks, yeah, it doesn't even look fake to me. I'm like, this is like something, I don't know. When I first seen it, like, because I was watching it at work and everyone they walked in and like, what is that? And I'm like, it's just a plane. It's what the pilots see or whatever. And my boss like, what is that? I'm like, just the pilot flying. And it's just weird looking, you know, because like the clouds look all cool, you know.
It doesn't make sense, huh?
Yeah, especially when it's sped up a little bit and it's like, you're kind of going kind of fast. You're like, what the fuck? Kind of reminds me of like if you're like flying head first in like Dragon Ball Z. You know, your eyes aren't fully adjusted. You say, I can't handle the wind. It's like
You talk
You gotta
from
train.
experience.
It's like, dude,
that's off one of the episodes. The little Gohan or whatever. Like, and his eyes aren't like adjusted, and so he has to like slow down.
You think you'd wear some goggles or something, but nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my eyes tough.
But no, dude, when I first watched it, I seen it as like in GIF form. So I was like, what the fuck is this? I had to Google it.
That's
like,
how I watched it too, actually, because I was
in
searching
GIF
on Reddit
form
first. Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'm just going to YouTube.
Yeah, and dude, I went on YouTube and watched a couple of videos, and I'm like, holy shit, the Earth is flat. Just kidding, I didn't think
False.
that.
Well, it's weird because I've been on like rides and stuff, and you can see the curvature of the Earth and shit.
That's a perspective, dude.
Dude,
I've been listening to a lot
Life's
of
perspective.
theories. It's the perspective.
you can listen to one theory. It's a flat Earth theory. Hey.
Fucking almost
If you
started
fall
a party
backward-
right there,
Yeah.
dude.
If you fall backwards, you can't grab the table.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I got this hand. I'll chop it down.
I'm like, no.
Then it'd be wishing you had a camera so we could be like, eh.
Yeah, no, fuck that, dude. That would hurt.
So I like watching those two like security cams and shit, like people's crazy security cam footage or like security fails, cam fails where like people will be walking into a building like slip or whatever, you know, like so it's like funny stuff. And some
Walking
people will
into
have like security
glass.
cams where like people do the weirdest shit, like cars, but just burn out in the middle of the night for no reason, like crash into the fence. You're like, fuck is going
Dude.
on, you know?
Did you see the security camera? The dude walks into a bank and he like pulls out a gun. He like taps it on the wall, and like, as soon as he taps it on the wall, these like huge freaking steel plates come flying up out of the bank.
Oh, yeah.
And like locks the tellers behind it, and the guy panics and he goes to run outside, but he can't run outside. He's just like smacking against the window, and he's like freaking out. And then some lady walks into the bank.
Yeah, he was trying to push when he
Yeah, he was trying to push when he was trying to pull, and he was like stuck in there like a freaking sardine or something in the net.
It's like, have you ever seen the movie Snatch? When they go to like
Yeah.
rob the thing, and the same thing, they sticks the gun in there or whatever, and like they're like trying to fight over the gun. The girl finally gets the gun out of there, and like they shut the thing, and then she like shoots the gun through it, and like run to the door, and they're like gun, trying to get out, and they're like stuck in there, like fuck. Pull it, they see their faces on camera, and they're like sitting there, like the driver comes, like opens the door from the outside, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And they hop in and like run out of there, but
That'd
it's
be
the same
so
shit. They're like
embarrassing.
slamming on the door, trying to get out of there, and it's like.
It's what happens when your animal instincts kick in, dude. You're not even thinking, you're just running.
Okay, that's why you got to plan the heist like perfectly. That kind of heist is like stupid, but like Italian Job or something, or like fucking Ocean's 11, you know, some
Were you
crazy
stealing
heist.
like one diamond?
Something priceless you couldn't even get a price for.
Yeah.
Like those
Like the
kinda-
Mona Lisa?
I don't know. The Mona Lisa dude was interesting to me. That'd be kind of cool to but when I seen it, it's on like a fucking little sheet of paper. It's like a normal sized piece of printer paper. It's not like a big thing. It's like a little.
Really?
It's like a little paper. Yeah, it's like a normal size. It was a little further away, so it maybe looked a lot smaller, but it was way smaller than I was
I
thinking.
honestly always thought it was like maybe like a 24 by like 40.
No, it's really small.
Like that's how like I
I
imagine
think you
it.
probably saw this is what it looks like.
One thing I did notice, there was some horseshit in like a lot of the museums you see when you go to like throughout Europe. You'll like look at them and you'll see some cool ones. They kind of exclusive, and you're like, oh wow. And you start looking at them, and a lot of them on the label will be like a relic or a copy of this from the British Museum or whatever. From even a lot of them are museums all over the world. And so you start going to the same museums. We only went to two of them, the Louvre and something else I can't remember. Oh, and I guess in Venice they have the Sistine Chapel and all that stuff, but they all have copies. Everything's like a copy, and so like I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
people that go to like Europe and they will go to like see all the museums. Like you see none of Europe. You don't see anything. You're just seeing like the same copy of every single thing and different thing. You see, like,
But that's why you've got to like make certain plans to go to that one museum that has the actual one in there. So you're like, yeah, I went to the museum in Salt Lake and I seen the Mona Lisa, but it was a copy. So now I got to go to whatever fucking country it's in where the real one's at and see the real one. So you could be like, yeah, I seen the Mona Lisa, the real Mona Lisa. Like I was there, I touched it.
I wish it's in, but fucking you can't touch it. It's like far away. And
You can touch it.
That's what I thought about the
Try
Eiffel
hard
Tower.
enough.
That's
You
what,
gotta
like,
just try really hard.
that's like one of my things. I like just touching it. So like when I was like you're just going to see it, it's like, that's weird, you know? Like, because it finally comes, you're just like, it's interesting.
Doesn't look
you see
real.
pictures of it, you know, and you're like, It's like with a lot of stuff. I remember going to see it in Mount Rushmore for the first time. We like took this huge long road trip, and we seen a bunch of badass more shit. Like on the way up, there's like the Devil's Peak is like way cool in Wyoming. It's the part where they have like the Close Encounters from the Third Kind or something in that movie. So that place, and then I mean we got videos of like freaking these deer and fighting and shit in like a field and shit and all the kind of crazy things all the way up. We get all, so it was like a fun trip, a day or so to get up there. We go to spend all this time up by Mount Rushmore, and we get up to Mount Rushmore to go see it, and it was like fucking this little piece of the mountainside. Whole thing is just like hella far away. This little thing, it's like way smaller than you think because they're way zoomed in. You think it's like a whole mountainside. It's like a little piece of it.
They don't even let you get near it?
Yeah, you can hike way up to it, but the whole area, the visitor center, like you're pretty far. But even we hiked pretty far up to it, and you can get pretty close, and it gets pretty big, you know. And you can see like when you'd stand up to it, it'd seem large, maybe like a large statue. But from a distance, you know, it's not like. I wish we had a statue or something to compare it to here, but like if it was like, it would look like something maybe something bigger than maybe or an imprint you see on a building or something, you know, like big but not like big. And so it was kind of like that with a lot of things. Like that was the same with like the Mona Lisa. But then there's other things like when I seen the Eiffel Tower, I was like, damn, that's actually really big. Like because nothing else is around it really, but and everything looks kind of small. But
So you're saying it's bigger than the one in Las Vegas?
like Big Ben, and we kept joking the small Ben. And I'm like, what is this, dude? It's like 2-story building. It's like fucking little.
Big Ben.
Yeah, in London where the Parliament is.
Oh, yeah,
Just where they
okay.
had that terrorist attack. It was like fucking, oh my god.
The clock.
Yeah, the clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Freaking, what's the clock off Beauty and the Beast?
Big Ben too?
Big Ben, Little Ben too.
I don't know.
It's Gaston.
Because have you seen the new Beauty and the Beast?
No.
Yeah, you guys are gonna go.
Are you talking about the talking clock?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Like the waiter?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I kind of like Beauty and the Beast.
I just watched that.
Is it good?
No, I haven't seen it. I was just barely thinking about that. And after thinking about Big Ben, I was trying not to think about like terrorist attacks. Just trying to go away from that because I feel like that's all you ever hear about. Like even people at my work now, like we talk and stuff like that, but then they're always like, "Oh, did you hear this? You hear this?" You know, you always talk about news and this stuff. And it's good. I guess it's how I learn my news. But I'm like, is this all everyone talks about? You know.
You know what I like to
and
think?
that.
I like to, you know, the movies like where the terrorists are actually like the rebels that are fighting for the good cause against the tyranny of the government or whatever.
Yeah, history's just
And
how bad
everybody's
it
like,
was.
yeah, you know, these terrorists are a bunch of bad people, but in reality, the main corporation's the bad people. And it's like all the other millions of people that are in that story or that movie that are just innocent civilians, but they're on the side of the government. They don't really know the facts. You know what I mean? So they're just like, yeah, they are terrorists.
Terrorizers.
What if that was what's going on here?
Or even like, I mean, you look at, it's like written by the winners type of thing. We know when we even talk about their terrorists, we're like, technically, we're their terrorists. You know?
Oh, yeah, dude,
These
history, man,
motherfuckers,
written
you know,
by the
it's
winners.
like-
Whoever wins can make you out to be whatever you want. That's why I think the Mongols were considered, like, evil, because they never kept a written history of what they did or how they did it.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
And, like, all the other countries that were wrote bad things about them. Like, they're murderers, and they're just raping
our
and pillaging
gerbs.
everything. And it's like, what if they weren't doing that? What if they were just walking into a town and be like, you join us so we kill everyone in the city? You know?
They asked.
They asked.
Right?
But it's like, no, they just
That's
came
what
in like a
matters.
horde and murdered everybody.
There's like crazy ass hippies. They're like, you don't need to write stuff down. Just live, man. Don't be living inside your paper books. Like how we're talking about with phones. Get your face out of the notebook, huh?
Come on.
Live life, man.
It's like, no, we don't want to be hippies. All right, then you're all going to die, I guess.
We're going to rape, we're going to pillage, we're going to smoke, and then we're going to rape and pillage again.
Yeah.
They did do that.
Yep.
Where they would
Opiates.
kill everyone in the city and then they'd leave. And they'd ride out one day and then, like, one day's ride away.
But wait,
then they'd
there's
stop
more.
and then they'd be like, all right, you group of archers, go back there and kill everyone that's mourning.
Yeah, people hiding, people that were like a day late to the village. Where'd you get to our place? This place is booming. The fuck?
They were
Who are
all
these
like,
guys? Fucking
Yeah.
a couple arrows.
hey, it's the welcoming party.
Yeah. We should go like learn how to shoot bows. I want to go do that archery tag or whatever.
We should go do that archery tag, but
That'd
we
be
need
fun.
we need to get like Minimum 12 people. So we have like a 6-on-6. Because like when you go there with like 4 to 6 people, it's really awkward having like a 3-on-3 because then like you've got to take turns with like other groups that are there. So it's like if there's like another group of people and they've brought 10 people, they're playing a 5-on-5. And then you have 10 people waiting on you 6 to like finish your little game. And usually when there's like a lower amount of people, like when it's like a 1-on-1, it takes a really long time to get the other person out. Because it's like you only got to worry about that one arrow flying at you.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's just one arrow, and you watch them notch it back, and they're pulling it, and you could basically just wait for them to release the arrow, and then you could just move over to the side and dodge it. So
Did
it's
you
like
run up to him and like punch him?
no, there's a line, an imaginary
him?
border in the middle
So how do
where
you?
you're not allowed to cross.
Oh, so you can't like tag him like in paintball?
No, you're not allowed to cross a certain line. Like you can't. It's so you don't, I think, shoot each other at point blank or something.
I think we should have a rule when we go.
Can't cross the line.
We all bring
So just 'cause some
those
douche-
plastic knives.
Well, if it goes down to 1-to-1, 1v1, we'll do a 10 pace thing.
Oh,
So you
turn
take
around?
10 pace, turn around, and notch and shoot.
That would be
That'd
cool.
be cool. That'd be like
Yeah.
dodgeball too. Even if you're, and once you've turned and you've stayed, then you can't move that spot.
Yep.
So if you can,
I will-
keep your feet there and be able to do like that.
Dude, it's a fucking workout, though. Just
bet.
one game is a workout. Because, like, when you first start, each team starts at opposite ends of the walls, and all the arrows are splayed out right in the middle, like on this, like, little border line.
Fucking Hunger Games style.
Yeah, and then the ref's like, 3, 2, 1, go! And then you got to run from your ends, grab as many arrows as you can, and then run back and try to shoot the people. But
Dude, I want to try it. I feel like it'd be really cool. Can you like save them up, put them in a quiver?
you don't have a quiver. You held them in your hand.
No, I guess it's kind of
You
normal.
got your bow in one hand and all your arrows in the other, and you just kind of like lay them on the ground and use them as you try not to get shot.
That's how the
by someone else.
Mongols hold them or held them, right? They would have them like in the hand, so when they would shoot, they'd grab
Yeah,
and then release, and then it would come back, and then they'd grab it off the hand, pull it back, release.
something like that.
Fucking like a beast.
Yeah,
Like an automatic machine gun, like.
because they do it with the horses gallop.
But I think, yeah, whenever the horse was in midair
Yeah.
or whatever, that's when you'd shoot because it'd be the stillest.
That shit's so crazy to think about. That's like some skills. You learn some skills growing up sometimes.
Fuck yeah.
When you grow up in it's what did they say? It's going from slippers to, no, is it from barefoot to slippers or something like that? Where you go from being super poor and your family's like living off the land to becoming like a prince.
Oh yeah, with
It's like rags to riches, basically. It's when you know a country's about to fall is when
When they get slippers.
when they get slippers, when they get silk slippers. Because, like, then they're softened up and they're not as tough as their ancestors.
that'd be us right now.
Yep.
If you think about it, like
That's why we have the Marines.
I watch things about like people
Therapeutic
old ones.
bed.
Oh my god, the shit that they would do, like even children and shit, like working in the mine. Got the black lung, pop. I got the black lung twice. Huh? Get back to work. It's like, fuck.
Get back to work, you little pussy.
Oh shit, you know, they're fucking back in the mine or whatever else it was like. And then even with everything, you know, like watching The Revenant and shit, where like he gets like attacked by bears, and that was like real shit. You know, it's what they do, kind of roll around, fucking deal
Just
with
pee in
it. Yeah, shove maggots in it and shit. When my grandpa was a young, I think he was like 8 or something, 8 or 9, and he ended up getting kicked in the knee and it got some form of infection and like started forming some cancerous like tumor or something like that. And so it was like a weird placement on his knee and it couldn't like work. And they didn't really know how to do it. And so they ended up placing maggots in it and they like ate all the tumor or whatever out, all the cancerous cell and all that stuff out. And it was like a first time that it was like kind of done. And so like that doctor that did it got a Guinness World Book of Record on it for like some kind of like, I don't know, like quick decision or like fastest removal of cancer or something like that.
Damn.
And so supposedly, I think his name is in there. I'm not sure. My cousin says that we were there, but like that was a thing, you know. Like back then, they're just like, all right, let these little critters eat the shit out of you, you know. And now it's like,
I do remember that, and I used to think about it like, that's pretty normal. I guess they eat dead flesh, so why not put bugs in your body?
like on freaking what is it, The Gladiator? He's like waking up, and the guy's like just sticking some maggots on him. He's like, because how else can you get the infection out, you know, like. If you want to prevent anything from getting a bloodborne infection, because once it's in your bloodstream, you're like...
Have you ever heard of that? There's this book that they found a while back with plants and herbs like described in the book, but the plants and herbs in that book don't exist.
No.
And there's different plants and different herbs, and they're completely described in a language that nobody knows. And then there's like recipes using those plants to like make cures for like stuff for like sicknesses, and it describes like the sickness that you're having, and it recommends like a cure for it, and it like you find the cure, and then you find that cure on a certain page, and it shows you all the ingredients, and all the ingredients are drawn out perfectly in the book, but nobody knows what the fucking ingredients are.
What if it was just a bad artist?
Probably a handicapped person.
No, they're drawn like really well,
Legit.
like legit. But it's an ancient, it's an old book, like something like they would draw in like Rome or something.
What if they
Not
got it from
older.
the Antarctica, where the permafrost is thawing, and those type of plants that were not there before that are now becoming there?
That's what they think. They think it's
Oh, really?
an ancient book, like that was preserved and copied down from like by monks or something. Like maybe they found an ancient one, and then like monks redrew it and like rewrote everything, and then that book got preserved, and then like another monk came down and rewrote that one. Because like I know back in like medieval Europe and shit, like monks would dedicate their lives to rewriting like the Bible or something. So like they would literally like lock themselves in a tower and rewrite the entire Bible word for word, picture for picture, everything,
That's fucking crazy.
just to preserve it. But
Well, I don't know.
I think that's a
have you
weird
seen that
book.
movie? I think it's called Time Machine or whatever. Where like the guy makes a time machine. It's kind of like a weird globe, and it's got a bunch of like metal things like, bzzz, and he like.
and he
ends up
sits in it,
going
and you
through-
could see the entire world like flashing around him, like changing and
He goes
growing.
through all these things. And he's like,
What is
sees
that
it.
called?
I can't remember, but he ends up getting like knocked out or some shit, and he like lays on the thing, and it goes through so many years, and it goes down to
It
the
gets
point,
buried and unburied.
yeah, to the fall of man, or kind of. And I kind of like, I really like the way that they did that, because I like the parts where like when the young kids were going back to learn and stuff, and they're going back to the library, and they were watching like recordings of like weird ads and stuff, you know, because a lot of the stuff was saved, and it's like, oh, trying to watch these things. And the books they were using were a lot of them were like electronics, like a tablet, so they couldn't like use them, and so you could see what they were, and like they'd put them, but like they couldn't use them and shit. And I'm like, God, that's how it's gonna be with us. I feel like
That part did blow my mind.
a
too.
flash drive, you know, look at that. Little do you know that this fucking thing, you know, it's like got like this external hard drive. Someone finds that, oh, that's so crazy, you know. In the future, they have no electricity. It's like you don't even know like the world that's inside that, or even the computer. You know, you don't even know where that would take you.
Isn't it kind of like what's the movie where the entire world's covered in water?
Waterworld. That's
Waterworld, and they have to like swim down to the bottom and like take stuff out of the
soil
rubble
and shit. Yeah.
And like they go down there and they pick up random shit out of like office buildings and houses and warehouses, and they bring them up and they're like, check out what I found, dude, like this piece of metal or whatever that didn't rust away or something. It's like, well, what the hell is it? I don't know. But it's like, you look at it, you're like, dude, that's a freaking piece of old hard drive or something, you know?
Yeah, when you're, like,
Yeah.
searching through it all, like seeing what they are and stuff like that, like sticking forks in their hair like combs and dinosaur shit, dude.
Damn.
But I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting. I don't know if it'd be like a cleanse or whatever, but I mean,
Is it weird to want that to happen?
No?
Like, imagine like the world just getting like reset, like zombie apocalypse or some shit, right? Or even like some crazy event, like a meteorite, like just smashes into the ocean, just wipes out half the population or something, and just resets
It wouldn't even
everybody.
have to be that crazy. It'd just have to be like electricity.
like
that
like an
goes.
alien just flies by with an EMP and just,
Yeah.
or even the sun, because I know the sun. I think it was in 1980s. The sun had an EMP, an explosion on the sun, and it sent out an EMP, and it knocked out all the lights in the United States. But it was like they didn't have very many electrical devices back then, so it didn't really do anything. People were just like, oh, I guess the radio's not working today, or something dumb. But if that happened now, we'd be out of electricity for months.
Oh, yeah.
dude, I think
Generators, though. We have generators.
even like not even a day goes by if you're like out of power. And
But EMP fries all electrical
think
devices.
about it, if you go one day though without power, all of a sudden my fridge isn't working. You know, all of a sudden everything in your fridge is going bad. I can't microwave. I can't do this. My stove's not turning on. We all don't have used gas. Everything's all
And not just you, but grocery stores too. That's
Yeah,
how they keep
everywhere,
their
yeah.
shit. You know, everything's going to shit.
even like the trucks and stuff. Everyone bringing it over. Everything like instantly the food. I mean, If you don't
Food
have power,
would stop
you don't
instantly.
have power for a week. All that food only you're not getting fresh food for 2 more weeks. Probably
Even longer because the trucks are fried.
Yeah,
Like you
everything's
think about
screwed.
a lot of cars nowadays, or they run on electricity. Like they have computers on board. So if an EMP, like if the sun releases like some sort of EMP and it just destroys everything, your computers are fried. Like they're not going to work unless you replace them. And how are you going to get replacements if everything is fried? You got to build new ones. So then you got to wait for new parts to come in. You got to repair those trucks. But before you repair those trucks, you got to get the shops that repair those trucks up and running. You got to
Send
get
in
your
those
electrical
orders. How do we
grid
get these
running.
parts?
Yeah. So like it would be way more than 2 weeks. It'd be months before shit started working again.
And how do you pay for all that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
You
everyone's
can't pay.
disgruntled, too.
How are you
How
going to
am I
pay
work?
everybody?
What the
Oh,
fuck?
let me just write you this check. Oh, where do I go to cash this check? Well, you want to go to the bank. Well,
Yeah.
how's the bank going to pull up my records? Well, nothing's really held in paper anymore.
Just me. This is good as cash. Trust me, bro. I got so much in my bank
Trust me,
account.
just fix this
I was
generator.
a prince before this happened. It's like you start making shit up.
Dude, it'd be
you
anarchy.
this
People
bank
would be
out.
throwing bricks. Not you. They wouldn't be throwing
Yeah.
you. They'd
Like,
be, pick him up and throw him into the glass. We
Shit,
got to
probably
get in.
Go for a while. It's like
They'd be. Why are you still
Please
trying,
stop.
guys? The
Yeah.
door works.
It's a pull, not
Like-
a push.
this is oddly therapeutic in these times of crisis.
But-
through it all.
But then there's times where I'm like, that would suck dicks, dude.
Oh, it would
I really like the cushiness of life right now. But
It would definitely weed out the weak ones. you know?
dude, definitely.
It would weed out the guys who can't roll up their sleeves.
And there's a lot of them nowadays, dude.
Well, I feel like that's probably the part of the reason too why people like maybe even think about doomsday and stuff. It's even kind of the challenge, you know. You're like, oh, these people do that and do these type of things. Like I could do that shit, you know. Like it sounds fun. Like it sounds probably way funner than it is, you know. That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
I'm the same. I love all the cushiness. I like it makes it so much nicer because being relaxed and comfortable and being able to joke and shit's like the best. Not being like running and scared for your life, you know, and stuff. But when I watch
I
like
wouldn't
The
be running
Walking
and scared
Dead
for
or
my
like I
life.
watch like zombies, I'm like, hell, I'll be like trying to shoot a zombie, you know, fucking.
I'll stab
I'll
him,
be like
dude.
karate kicking that zombie, beat. I'll be like, get away from me, zombie. You know, like, but of course, it'd be different if I go, ah! Fucking, and then I'll be like, I'm tired, and it's like it's not tired. And then fucking,
We definitely have a bunch of douches, you know, trying to be, "Oh, I'm the new government. Give me all your food."
that's what I really
I'll
liked about
protect
how The
ya."
Walking Dead, even though like people were like, it turned into a lot of people killing it. I'm like, that's exactly how it would turn into, like the movie The Road or whatever. Like the way that's exactly
That was
how I
a
feel like it
really
would
good
be.
movie.
Because all of a sudden everyone's getting low on supplies. Everyone's after each other. Everyone's like, they become like animals, you know? You see something, what are you eating, motherfucker? They're going to come try and get that. You know?
Speaking of that, the animals would be fucking crazy, dude.
And moving on in and shit. You guys don't got shit now.
Yeah.
It's like,
pack
now.
of wolves, dude. Imagine that. You open
Dude.
your door.
Oh, I know.
Like, hey, we know you walk at 5:30, bud.
Bet you wish you didn't lose your fur, huh, motherfucker? Like,
dude, seriously though, wolves would stalk you, and they're like, "Oh, look at this!
Where's your spear?
You don't have one."
have you seen those videos of people just like I think it was in Canada or something, the lady's like driving down the street. She's like, just when you get driving down the street and past your neighborhood, like Siberian wolf, and it's like running down the street, and it's like a fucking motorcycle. It's like huge, you know? You're
Dude,
like,
they're
Jesus,
big
dude.
dogs, man.
It's like looks over at her like all fucking like she's like driving slow by. It's like, you know, it looks like it knew it. She's
It's like a spirit, dude.
and then it just looks forward, continues on.
They're mean. I know there's even stories of hunters saying that like wolves trap them. Like
Yeah.
even nowadays, like a wolf will try to get you, or a pack of wolves will try to get you, even if they know you have a gun.
Yeah, a contractor I worked with, they got stalked by wolves on his thing or whatever, and he's like, it was him and another guy. They ended up both simultaneously getting because they made like kind of a spread out formation. Kind of, they were like not really. So he was on one kind of side of the clearing, the downside of the hill, and the other guy was on the other side. And both of them just like, oh shit, something's coming on. So they started making their way out of there, kind of towards each other. And both of them, by the time they got to each other, and they're like, there's something on me. They're like, there's something on me. And next thing you know, they're just right there, and they're like
Surrounded?
trying to take off shots and stuff like that. Like even, oh my goodness, I feel like there was a guy there because there was a story of a guy. I can't remember his name. He's like a hunter though. But that same thing happened to him. Well, the wolf stalked him all the way up to the point where like he had to like put it down because like they came up all the way. One of them got up and they started shooting at him. And they came around the tree, shot one down.
Yeah, they'll try to get you, dude. And they'll try to do something. They'll do smart shit. Like one will come up in front of you and like tempt you. Like pull out your weapon. Come on. I know you got it. And they'll walk up to you and they'll keep walking up to you and you'll be concentrated on the one in front of you. And the one behind you is going to jump on your leg. And as soon as that one grabs you, the one that you were looking at first is going to come at you. Then you're fucked.
The canine animals are super, super smart because, like, even coyotes, like, you go coyote hunting and, like, there's, like, I don't know, sometimes there are a few in a pack, but no matter the situation, most of the time you, like, go cruising and you just whip out your spotlight, hit them with the light, and a lot of times they freeze, you know, if that's the first time they've seen it, and then you can kink. And
What does that mean?
like people shoot them.
Oh, okay.
Because most time people take 223s, something kind of where they can get a couple good semis shots in. Because you can't like no one can shoot an automatic gun accurately.
Dude,
in that situation,
no.
Yeah,
I've seen that shit, dude. There's this dude, this guy does it's like a world record for emptying a 5-round magazine out of a Desert Eagle in 0.8 seconds.
it's before the shell hits the ground.
You've been watching my videos again?
Dude, it is crazy. Like, he's got the little target and it's like maybe 10 feet away. And he's like, all right, boys. He's like 0.50 Desert Eagle. And he's like a sports shooter. And he loads up the gun and he aims it at the thing. And it's like, doo-doo-doo-doo. But when he shoots it, it makes a perfect fucking square with like one bullet in the middle.
Dang.
And I'm just like, what the? And I'm like, I gotta rewatch this video. Like, is that real? So like, I backed it up, and he's just like, here goes, like, and it's a fucking Desert Eagle. That's a powerful fucking gun,
Yeah,
and he makes a perfect square. And I'm like,
50 cal, isn't it?
yeah, it's 50 cal. And I'm like, how is that even fucking possible?
Desert
dude?
Eagle 0.50.
Yeah, he's like, hell yeah, baby, and he's just like,
So that guy would do good. But yeah, when you go shooting for coyotes, dude, if you catch them in that situation, shoot them, and you like you hit them with the light, and you'll see like a few scramble because they've seen that. Like a lot of times, you won't if you come on a pack that's been hunted or like shot at a bunch of times, or like even a coyote that has, you're not going to catch them in that same situation. They're going to remember the sounds. They're going to remember the setup. They're going to remember the lights. They're going to remember these things. So the second that
they're
thing's
like hogs.
yeah, like oh nah, like all of a sudden all these triggers are going to go off.
They got
Like, I
Jimmy
seen
last
this.
time.
Yeah, and so like they're not. It's like that's not going to happen. It's like even with all these like you know animals, like that's like with the superior breeds. You see like canines or the cats and stuff like that, felines. So those breeds, you like they learn, and of course the mini ones we have are like the friendly versions of them.
Nuts. Yeah.
Fuck.
Only because we're bigger than them.
Pussified
I know, like
ones.
a cat. Oh my god, if you were the same size as that cat, it'd fucking kill you.
Oh, easy. They don't care.
They'll kill a bird that's bigger than it, dude. Like they don't care. Some cats are crazy.
Yeah.
There was a video of a cat that jumped down and like freaking pulled a puppy out of the. Like there was a cat or a dog that was like down in a little ditch or whatever, and the cat like went walking down. There was like a little puppy like. Meow, meow. The cat went down there and like fucking grabbed it in the back of its little thing, pulls it up out of the little thing. It's like sits it down. It's like starts licking it or whatever, pushes it over, gets it out of there and stuff. It was like a mother like they probably like knew because they heard like the baby. Meow, meow, meow. It's like it fucking goes down there and gets it, you know.
Try to save it.
It did. It fucking got it out of there. But like, it's kind of interesting, you know. I mean, you know,
Imagine if it was like a little
bird.
Yeah, imagine if it
I've
was.
seen crows like fucking surfing and shit.
I could see a crow saving another animal's life if it knew it was like in pain or struggling. I could see a crow being like, I can eat you or I could save you. It's like, what the fuck did they do? The walnuts crows? The crows that eat the walnuts?
Oh,
did you ever see that? They like they fly them. No, they fly them down to a crosswalk and they place it down where cars will drive over, and then they fly over to where the people are crossing and they wait for a person to push the button, like to create. So like what they do is they get a walnut, they land on top of the light, and they drop the walnut down into the crosswalk, and then they fly down to where the people are at, and they wait for a person to push the cross guard button, and then as soon as the people start walking, the crow walks out into the street too with the people. Because the walnut most likely got hit by a car. So they go out there and they eat the walnut, and then they fly away and grab another one and bring it back, and they drop it down onto the street. And then they go wait where the people are, wait for a person to push the button again to stop the cars. And then when the cars get stopped and the person starts crossing, the crow walks with the person across the street to eat its food.
That's crazy. That's like, think of like humans, we had all this time, or if you want to say we're apes, you know, we developed all this time to like, adapt to our environment, throw these type of things, rocks. Say if this was like a computer simulation where it ran the same year forever, and the crow just started like getting used to it. Like think of how like the animals are adapting to like the environment we create.
Yeah,
we create this environment. And now there's like things adapting to it. It's like, I mean, how many years would they start evolving to be like
Planet of the Apes?
You know, all of a sudden now they're like, oh, here we go. You know, yeah, they're gonna start like.
Did you ever see that program this guy made? It's a like a robot that looks kind of like a chicken, and it's designed to teach itself to walk, and how many generations it'll take for it to learn to walk. And each generation is the program altering something in the chicken to make it walk a little bit better. And the first generation, it can't even take a step. It just kind of like seizes and it falls over. And like after like 40 generations, it could barely take like a step. And then like 200 generations later, it's walking perfectly. And like every time it fucks up, it changes something in the programming to like, all right, that didn't work. Let's try this. You know, did I get any further with that? Nope, that didn't work. Let me try this. And it keeps changing it every time. And then eventually, by like 500 generations later, it's walking perfectly. It's designed to like move as far as it possibly can. So like, oh, this seems to be working. Let's replicate this, but with the other leg, you know? And then it just keeps doing that till the program is walking.
It's like a self-updating program.
Yeah.
It's like, correcting the error, the error.
It's like, oh, that didn't seem to work. That fucked up. Let's take it back a step and let's change something else. And the program's doing this on its own.
What do they call that? Like self-diagnostics?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But it was an AI of like a chicken. And it's like super top heavy. Like the way the guy designed it was like super top heavy. So the legs like had to adjust for it. And the AI adjusted for it like perfectly to where it was like when it would be walking, the head would either move forward or move back, like to keep it from falling. So it ended up looking just like a chicken would like walk. But the AI came up with it on its own. It's like, this is the optimal way for me to move without falling on my face. I figured it out.
That's how we got chickens.
Dude, do you ever see those, the chickens where like people hold a chicken and they like move it around and its head stays stationary?
Yeah, you were showing me that.
Dude, those videos fucking trip me out, man.
I remember when we were in Bosnia, dude, like the chickens, like remember they would like...
The raptors.
Yeah, remember we were like watching them falling around the bricks, things like tip them over, they're like ripping to pieces.
Yeah.
That little ass fucking rodent thing, it was like fucking like, oh god damn, anything that was like 4 inches, not even, it was maybe like, 4 inches, 3 inches, gone. Like they didn't give a...
The dinosaurs, dude.
Worms, bugs, birds, like anything small, they'd fucking eat. It's like...
Yeah, I remember when I had chickens in here in West Valley, like at first they stay the fuck away from you. They're like, oh, dude, we don't know what this guy is. But then there's always that one that's just like, I'm going to go check this out. Fuck it. Fuck it. Like, I'm going to go see what is going on. And I was moving, we had a bunch of center blocks along the side of the house. And what I did is I lifted up the first one and there was like earwigs and all sorts of shit in there. And he's just sitting there like looking at me and like I'm pointing at the bugs. So and he's just sitting there looking at me. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. I scoop down, grab a couple bugs and I throw it at him. And he's just like, oh shit, those are bugs. And like pecking at him. And then he gets closer and he sees that under the brick there's like millions of bugs. So he just goes ape shit and he's just eating them all. And then he like sits there and looks at me. So I lift up another brick. And as soon as I lifted up another brick, he runs over there. And he sees that there's more bugs under there. So he starts going fucking ham. And then another chicken sees it. And he's like, what the fuck's that guy going?
This motherfucker.
What's he clucking over there about? So he comes fucking waddling over like, dude, what's going on over here? And he sees it. And then like they all come over like it's a pack mentality. And they know what's going on. Like they know that the bricks need to move. So they would literally like... There'd be a solid brick that hasn't been moved, and they would put their heads next to it. Like, this brick next, dude. This brick
over
next. Yeah, and, like, I'd get by them, and they wouldn't even move. Like, usually they're scared, and they want to run. Like, if I wanted to get one of those chickens for dinner, I could have just grabbed them. They didn't care. They were focused on the bricks.
You build their trust.
Yeah, so, like, that's how you get them.
Yeah, exactly.
You build their trust, and then you scoop them up. But,
I
no,
got more
then, like,
bugs in my
I'd
kitchen.
grab the
Come on.
brick, and they'd get ready. They're like... It's about to go down, boys. And, like, as soon as I'd lift it, their heads would be under there. Like, it wouldn't even be an inch above the ground, dude. And they're already in there, like, pecking at these little fucking bugs. And I'm just like...
hitting the ground.
Yeah. And then I move the brick over, and they're sitting there destroying everything. And I just sit there and, like, wait for them, give them a couple seconds. And then They're waiting again. They're moving on to the next brick. Like, all right, dude, next brick. Come on,
So
open
you
it up.
saying that if Brick was standing in your yard, they'd stand next to him?
They'd probably surround
Like,
him.
move your feet.
They're like, dude, they're dinosaurs, dude.
Hell
They
no.
are straight up dinosaurs.
I even like when we were like in Bosnia, like they're following us on the mound. You start throwing some wood out of there. They're like just following you, eating into it, digging through it, climbing on top, watching you on the other side, like fucking dinosaur. Fucking.
Oh, when we were chopping the trees?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
like,
dude. They're
everything
fucking
they were like
dinosaurs, man.
Yeah, and the way they were running and shit, so like everything, you're just like seeing them run through the grass.
Little raptors, dude. It's like...
Yeah.
And it like, dude.
It's just like that. But oh my god, it has been like an hour though. You want to take a quick commercial break?
Yeah, let's take a quick commercial
word from
break.
our sponsors.
So, yeah, one word from our sponsors.
Captain, the ship's been destroyed. You've probably noticed. The ship's 95% gone.
It's hard to notice. The only thing I can notice is that delicious beard.
Thank you, Captain. I've been using past beard oils from Blend Earth.
Great Scott. Bad beard oils, you say?
Yum.
Where can I get these?
At brickanderson.com with a 25% discount at the end of the podcast.
How do I get this 25% off?
You got to listen to the end of the podcast, or you can just scroll to the end of the podcast and go listen to the last 5 minutes, but then you'll be missing out on a lot of cool shit.
Roger that.
I'll be sending you the broadcast as well.
Damn. Why is my beard so dirty?
Do you want to know how to clean it up? Do you want the magic?
Who said that?
It was me.
Yes, I do want that magic.
And me.
Oh, it's you. That
It's the
that
two of
beats
us.
up. I know you.
Makes sense. But no, like, I can totally get you vials of oily stuff that you rub in your dirty beard, and it'll clean you up good and nice. Yeah. You just gotta go to this website.
What about the scent? Do I smell good?
It smells really good. It smells like, this one's like dandelions. You get used to it. It's like bugs.
It smells like
No, it's
wet grass.
That'd be a good smell, dude. I heard it was made of gypsy tears. Did you hear that in there? Yeah, I put a little bit of my own tears in there too, if you know what I mean. But that's you're wild, dude. I know. Crazy. That's how I was born. It's weird. Like, I just came out like that. Crazy. Crack ass. RickAnderson.com.
For all your bad beard oil products. If it starts going. Should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
All right, yeah, it's been a bit. We'll be signing off here shortly. As always, you can always go on to brickanderson.com. You can check out the Banff beard oil. There's 6 different flavors, cinnamon, all kinds of good stuff. You can use the promo code Lost Minds and save yourself some cash. Before we head out, you can find me at BrickBrick in Instagram and at BrickBrick on Twitter. And you can always find, I guess, that you guys were?
Mr. Brian, man. Instagram.
And you are?
I don't have one.
And you are, Admir?
Don't have one.
For
doesn't have one,
FPS4D.
dude. He had a lot-
Any
he's-
tag. What's your Twitch?
No, don't give out FPS40. Delete that.
FPS40. FPS40.
fuck it.
FPS40.
Flat Earth,
FPS40. Yeah,
flat Earth person.
40.
40.
FPS40. And you can always find us at, any new daily stuff going on, maybe whatever random things we're posting on Twitter, Lost Minds Podcast, or Lost Minds Pod on Twitter, and then Lost Minds Podcast on Google and SoundCloud and all that other good stuff. So check it out. Thank you.
Hashtag Lost Minds.
Lost.